Here are 10 beginner tax lien steps that you absolutely must follow to get into this business and find the most profitable properties. While avoiding these mistakes will allow you to profit in this business and not screw it up like a lot of people do if they don't follow these 10 steps. So step number 1, always research the size of the property. You want to be aware of properties that have weird shapes, like this little rubber band that I play with. If you get a weird shaped property and you end up with it, you're probably not going to be able to sell it. You'll probably be stuck with it. The second tip for you here is you want to make sure you have good property access. Determine if the property has a physical address. Avoid landlocked properties. If you see a property that has a high assessed value and a low tax lien on it, it could be a trap, because if you get that property, maybe there's nothing you can do with it. Maybe you might be able to donate it to a person for a tax write-off, but avoid properties that are landlocked and looking weird, all right? Step number 3 is buildability. See if the property, if it's buildable. So if it is a piece of land, be aware, can you build on that land if you get that property? Very, very important. What are the limitations? What's the zoning? What's the restrictions on that thing? Step number 4, very important, is you want to look at the terrain in the property. Are you getting a good deal on the best piece of swampland in the Mississippi? Be aware of that, okay? Be aware, is it like rough rock terrain? Can you build there? Will you be able to get permits? Things like that. If it's land, is there water there? Super important. So if you're tuning in, I'm Dustin Hahn. This is a channel dedicated to helping you as a beginner tax lien investor not screw this business up and be able to make the most amount of profit with tax liens. Here we show you how to buy property up to 90% below market value with tax deeds and how to use tax liens. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss these important tips that will prevent you from screwing this business up and potentially losing money. Because if done right, this business is the best tool in real estate right now. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, and ask a question in the comments if you want to go ahead and do that. All right. 5th step, like I was saying here, examine the water and the sewer availability for that property. Determine if the sewer services are available and see what you're going to need to be able to do to tap into any services like this. Now, if there is a home on the property, obviously you know that those services there are available, all right? Next step, check for other liens and violations on the property. Research. Be careful of maybe city tax liens. One time I bought a property for $50 and it had like a $10,000 city tax lien on it. Now, luckily, I was able to negotiate with the city and get that thing down to $1,000 because they wanted that thing back on the tax roll. All right, step 7 with your tax lien is assess the condition of the property or the building that you're looking at. Now, with tax liens, remember, 95% of the time they're going to redeem and get you that interest rate of 18 to 24%, sometimes as much as 36%. But the key thing here to keep in mind is, what do I do with the property if I end up with it, right? So what I love about the liens is, worst case scenario, the land is generally worth a lot more than the total you've ever paid for that tax lien, all right? So from there, what you want to do, step number 8, is research the permits and code enforcements. Look up the history on the property. Is there code violations on the property? Has the county been getting involved? Is the property need to be demolished? And the nice thing with liens is you're able to go ahead and do this stuff remotely. So you can do it from the comfort of your home, from anywhere in the world. And that is what I love about this thing. All right, next thing, number 9. Research the county laws in that area. Understand the local laws, the maintenance requirements. If you end up with the property, is it in, like I mentioned, code violation? One time I bought a property and part of the thing was within 90 days you had to fix all the code violations on the property, and that was very important. So make sure to be aware of that, all right? And then step number 10, make sure to evaluate the market. You don't want to go into a market where there's no demand for the property. Now, once again, with tax liens, you're generally getting these things cheap enough that you can make great profits. Because remember, 1 in 20 of your tax liens won't redeem, and you're going to end up with that property, which is where you get some of the biggest home runs. Now, if you're just going for the interest rate, that's great. You can go for anything from 8 to 24%, sometimes 36%, depending on where it is and how you're doing it. Now, the important thing here is there's 3,300 counties. Everywhere is different, and counties are changing all the time. Am I familiar with all 3,300? Absolutely not. But I'm familiar with the process, and I actually put it all into a book that I give away for free. It is below in the description. You can go ahead and grab a copy. It's an on-demand, totally free mini course, okay? It's totally free. In the description, click the more info button and then click the link. We don't ship it out, and that is the best way to get it. Click the more info. It's literally walks you through it from beginning to end. I used to sell this thing. Now it's totally free. It is here to be able to help you out. And that's the thing with this business, is there's 3,300 counties, half lien, half deed, okay? We have some hybrid states in the mix. And the other thing I love about this game is that it's totally customizable to your goals and where you want to go with this stuff. So if you only have $5,000 to get started, you can put together an action plan. If you have $500, you can put together an action plan. If you have $500,000 or $5 million, you can put together the exact approach. And it's going to come down to A, what do you want? Liens or deeds? B, what is in your backyard right now? When are those auctions? You want to find that out. C, what's within like a 2-hour radius of where you live? This business is one of the greatest opportunities in real estate, and it definitely changes lives. I was able to quit my horrible job in the oil field through this business. We have plenty of people. We just talked to a guy here on one of our calls. He bought 7 acres with a mobile home for $500. I bought a funeral home and a limousine business once for $6,100 worth $75,000. The thing pays me $1,000 a month in rent. You can only get these types of deals through Tax Liens and Deeds. Now, this is the wild west of the internet, and you're going to hear several different opinions. You might see people in the comments like, oh, everything sells above market value. My question is, how many sales have you been to? Because with this business, it's not a matter of if you're going to get a deal, just a matter of when. You have to stick with it. Some people might get a home run, life-changing deal at their first auction. Others might have to go to 5 or 6 auctions before you get a deal. What I can tell you is, as long as you stick with it and take action, you will be able to find these properties. You just have to trust the process, learn, and go. So if you're watching this and you haven't done a deal, this week is the time to start. So you can watch more of my videos, you can go get this free book below, or you can book a one-on-one call with us. We'll build you a custom investment plan, save you 3 to 5 years of trial and error, show you how to avoid the mistakes. A link to that is all below. So thanks a lot for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We are here to help. Ask a question in the comments. That gives me content ideas for what you're struggling with so that I can help out with the next video. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. We'll see you in the next video.